Hey guys, so today I'm going to talk to you about goal setting and time management. Those are two things you want to get under your belt at the beginning of the year, just so you can make sure that you're really seeing some movement in your life as well as in your business life and all those important parts of your life that you want to see change. So, when you're thinking about goals, you want to make sure that you're following this strategy that I've been using ever since, back in 2012 when I was able to quit my full-time job and take coaching on full-time. And I'll be completely honest, for the past 3 months, I haven't done any of this. I really needed to take a break from setting goals and just letting my main focus be my health. But now, beginning of 2015, I'm ready to dive in. So I want to share this with you guys and give you some tips to be able to use to move forward with your business this year. So the strategy that I'm talking about is SMART goals. And you've probably heard Chalene Johnson talk about it, Dave Ramsey, Darren Hardy. Everyone does SMART goals. And the reason that I focus on SMART goals is because it gives you a way to really fine-tune your goals, okay? Instead of just saying, I want to lose 30 pounds, I have to make sure that I am specific about when I want to lose those pounds and if they were realistic. So what is SMART goals? SMART goals, it's got to be specific, it's got to be measurable, it's got to be attainable, it's got to be realistic, and it's got to be timely, okay? And I'm sure there's some interchangeable words that you've heard made up for SMART goals, but that's what I use. And so it's got to be specific. It's got to be something that you really want, and you've got to be passionate about that. And when I say this, I want to make sure that you know these are your goals, okay? These are things that you want to achieve, not that someone else wants you to achieve for them. You've got to want it for yourself. Okay, because setting these goals for someone else, they're never going to happen. But if it's goals that you want, it's going to happen, okay? Because you're passionate about it, you're going to put your time and effort and your heart into it, okay? Measurable, okay? You got to make sure that you have like something that you can measure with. It's got to be, specific enough that you're knowing that it's 30 pounds and you're able to measure, okay, am I losing 2.5 pounds a week within a certain amount of time, I would lose those 30 pounds. Okay, so it's got to be measurable. It's got to be attainable and realistic. The reason I chunk these together is because they're pretty much the same. You want to make sure that it's something that you can achieve. For instance, if you are wanting to make, you're an Emerald coach and you're wanting to make $20,000 a week, we all know that's silly. As a brand new coach, you've really got to take the time to build those relationships and build that trust and strengthen your team and build your team and help them do the same things. And then, in the future, you will get to $20,000 a week. But to begin a business and say that, that's silly. So it's got to be attainable and realistic, okay? It's got to be timely. So you want to make sure you have a certain time frame. And for me, I set my goals every 3 months. So a lot of the goals that I have written down for my top 10 goals of 2015, they're actually, they've got the end date of March. I want to say over half of them have the end date of March. And the reason that I do it that way is that it's, chunked into good time, and it pushes me, to really focus in on those goals. And if I don't achieve them in 3 months, I can go back and reevaluate and say, okay, so what did I not do right? What do I need to, fix? What do I need to focus on more? Instead of waiting till the end of the year and being like, oh shoot, I didn't spend enough time with, whatever that goal was that I want to achieve. So make sure that you're having a time frame on when you actually want to hit something, okay? So what I would recommend doing is writing down your top 10 goals and giving them, making sure that they're specific and they're measurable and they're attainable and they're realistic and they're timely, and have them written down, like actually write them down. That's what I did. And then I typed it up because I have terrible handwriting, and then I put it, just taped it on the wall right in front of my desk. So every time I'm working, if I glance up, boop, it's right in front of my face. So I'm like, okay, I gotta make sure that I focus on that. So, have it in front of you. I'm actually thinking about putting it on the, the screensaver of my phone so that when I open it up, it's right in front of my face as well. I know a lot of people do that, and it'll keep me pushing if I see it every day. Another thing you can do is set a timer in your phone, and this is from Chalene Johnson, but set a timer in your phone that every single week at the same day, same time, you're going to be writing out those top 10 goals, and you're not allowed to look at your last list. So it's like, you know, in your head of what's the most important goals of yours, okay? So try that out. Now, time management. I'm not so good with time management. I've gotten better, actually. You know, the 3 months of not really focusing on goals gave me time to focus on time management. But I went and got a planner. And the reason, I don't want you guys to see my terrible handwriting, but it has like the actual huge calendar days, you know, mapped out. And then it has it broken up into like actual, you know, if you see, like an actual day with some lines. And I'm sure some of you guys already do this. This is taking me back to college when I had classes and stuff. But for me, to have everything just mapped out for the day and mapped out for the week, I'm using Sunday. So this Sunday was the day that I really sat down and I said, okay, so what are my call schedules for the week? You know, when am I going to fit my workouts in? When am I going to fit my personal development in? When are my work hours? And, you know, I break my work hours up into certain increments, which is a whole other topic in video. But, you know, you really want to set yourself up for organization, okay? So get a planner. If you're more of a notebook person, you can create your own planner. I need something, you know, broken up for me. I would highly recommend doing this. I just got it from Target for like 10 bucks. But make it work for you, okay? And make it so that you're able to keep yourself organized and force yourself to look at it every single day and to fill it out. That's my goal. That's my goal, to be able to stay on track with it. But what I found with time management is by planning out every single day when I'm going to be getting in those 3 vital behaviors. So, you know, building my business by, you know, reaching out and building those relationships. That's what invite means to me. And by doing my personal development, by doing my workouts, by having that mapped out every single day, I at least know that I'm getting in the 3 vital behaviors. And then I can map out, okay, so I need to go run and get, you know, the dry cleaning done. Or I have to take I don't have a kid yet, but I have to take my puppy somewhere maybe. Or, you know, I have to do something else. You can plan it out. And you want to plan your day out so that it has a little bit of wiggle room, okay? So if something happens where like your kid falls and hurts himself, God forbid, or, you know, it's snowing and you can't get out of your driveway or something, you know, it has a little bit of wiggle room so that you can move things around, but it should stay the same. I know for those of you that have a full-time job, I remember working Beachbody with a full-time job. I didn't have a family at that time. I was dating my now husband though, and I remember it was stressful. It was hard. I felt like I was always doing something, but you know what? It's so worth it. You know, there's that quote that says, success is not convenient, but it creates a life of convenience. And that's so true. Because I remember I was hustling. And now it's so worth it because I can wake up and I'm my own boss and everything like that. So for those of you that feel like you are just drained and you are not, you know, it's hard to keep up and do everything, plan yourself out. Okay, take your lunch hours to sit down and get some work done, or wake up earlier, or go to bed later, or instead of watching that show at night that you usually watch, don't watch it. Go and do some work. But make sure you're fitting in time for your family, okay? Do not ever take time away from your family to work your business, okay? And I know that's really hard and easy for me to say because I didn't have a family besides like my parents and stuff when I was working my business. But looking back, I don't ever want to teach my coaches to take time from your family, because if you're successful but you've ruined all of your relationships, it's not worth it. It's totally not worth it. So make sure that you set up that time ahead of time and even plan out times. I mean, I plan out times where I'm like, go watch TV with Kirk. You know, I plan it into my day so that I can actually stick to it. Okay, so I hope these tips help you guys. And, you know, if there's anything else you want to hear from me, just let me know and I'll keep these videos going. All right, bye guys.